Happy Wednesday, everybody. Day 17 of our Chick Journals. That means there's only a few days left. Wilbur and Templeton came to story today. Chapter 13. Good Progress. Far into the night, while the other creatures slept, Charlotte worked on her web. First, she ripped out a few of the orb lines near the center. She left the radio lines alone as they were needed for support. As she worked, her 8 legs were great help to her. So were her teeth. She loved to weave, and she was an expert at it. When she finished ripping things out, her web looked something like this. A spider can produce several kinds of thread. She used a dry, tough thread for foundation lines, and she used a sticky thread for snare lines, the ones that catch and hold insects. Charlotte decided to use her dry thread for writing the new message. If I write the word terrific with sticky thread, she thought, every bug that comes along will get stuck in it and spoil the effect. Now let's see. The first letter is T. Charlotte climbed to a point at the top left hand side of her web. Swinging her spinnerets into position, she attached her thread line and dropped down. As she dropped, her spinning tubes went into action and she let out a thread. At the bottom, she attached the thread. This formed the upright part of the letter T. Charlotte was not satisfied, however. She climbed and made another attachment, right next to the first. Then she carried the line down, and that she had a double line instead of a single line. It will show up better if I make the whole thing in double lines. She climbed back up, moved over an inch to the left, touched her spinnerets to the web, and then carried a line across the right, forming the top of the T. She repeated this, making it double. Her 8 legs were very busy helping. Now for the E. Charlotte got so interested in work that she began to talk to herself, as though to cheer herself on. If you had been sitting quietly in the barn cellar that evening, you would have heard something like this. Now for the R. Up, here we go. Attach, descend, payout line. Whoa, attach. Good. Up you go. Repeat. Attach, descend, payout line. Whoa, girl. Steady now. Attach, climb, attach. Over, right, payout line, attach. Right, now, down. Swing that loop and around and around. Now into the left. Attach, climb, repeat. Okay, easy. Keep those lines together now. Then out and down for the leg and R, payout line, whoa, attach, descend, repeat. Good girl. And so, talking to herself, the spider worked at her difficult task. When it was completed, she felt hungry. She ate a small bug that she had been saving. Then she slept. The next morning, Wilbur arose and stood underneath the web. He breathed in the morning air into his lungs. Drops of dew catching the sun made the web stand out clearly. When Lurvy arrived for breakfast, there was the handsome pig, and over him, woven neatly in block letters, was the word terrific. Another miracle. Lurvy rushed and called Mr. Zuckerman. Mr. Zuckerman rushed and called Mrs. Zuckerman. Mrs. Zuckerman ran to the phone and called the Arables. The Arables climbed in the truck and hurried over. There's Wilbur, the word terrific, and Charlotte's up in the corner of her web, tired. Everybody stood at the pig pen and stared at the web and read the word over and over, while Wilbur, who felt terrific, stood quietly swelling out his chest and swinging his snout from side to side. Terrific, breathed Zuckerman in joyful admiration. Edith, you better phone the reporter on the Weekly Chronicle and tell him what happened. He will want to know about this. He may want to bring a photographer. This isn't a pig in the whole state that is as terrific as our pig. The news spread. People had journeyed to see Wilbur when he was some pig came back again now that he was terrific. That afternoon, when Mr. Zuckerman went to milk the cows and clean out the tie-ups, he was still thinking about the wondrous pig he owned. Lurvy called, there is to be no more cow manure thrown into that pig pen. I have a terrific pig, and I want the pig to be clean. Bright straw every day for his bedding. Understand? Yes, sir, said Lurvy. Furthermore, said Mr. Zuckerman, I want you to start building a crate for Wilbur. I've decided to take the pig to the county fair on September 6th. Make the crate large and paint it green with gold letters. What will it say? Asked Lurvy. They say Zuckerman's famous pig. Lurvy picked up a pitchfork and walked away to get some clean straw. Having an important pig was going to mean plenty of work ahead. He could see that. This is a long chapter, so we're going to stop here. That's the halfway mark. Tomorrow, the second half of chapter 13. Good progress.